What's up, Jetheads? Vinny and the Jets here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Guys, I needed to take some time to just take in this game as a whole before I could find the words of how I was going to analyze it from top to bottom. So before I begin, for the sports fan that watches the New York Jets weekly and week out, and if you saw a final score without tuning in of 27-20, you would think, oh, well, they hung in there with them. You know, it's pretty close. The score couldn't have been any more deceiving than what the game actually outplayed to be. The Jets were defeated in this game in every single aspect of the game from top to bottom, offensively, defensively, even the special teams. I mean, this was the exact same team you saw that showed up in Denver, or should I say not show up in Denver, and furthermore, today on the international stage in London for everybody to see. Like, the one thing with this team I don't understand is, Evan Roberts once said this best not too long ago, is why can't they just suck quietly? You know, like the Bengals did historically, even the Jacksonville Jaguars. But when we have our worst moments, when does it happen? In London on the international stage, Monday Night Football on the national stage, or even on a major holiday like Thanksgiving. Like, do we need to revisit any of those memories? So let's hop into the game and point out some key notes that were absolutely atrocious, for lack of a better word. Offensively, was there an offense? This is the fifth consecutive week we got off to the slow start. Wilson, 19 of 32, 192 yards through the air, no touchdowns. He threw another interception. He's on pace to break Peyton Manning's single-season interception record for a rookie, which is 28 in a 16-game season. He probably will do it knowing that there's the extra game now. That being said, what is Mike LaFleur doing with this kid? I just don't understand. It's been 5 consecutive weeks for a combined total of 13 points. This is the highest level of professional football you could play. I thought we were done with this bullshit when we hired this new staff. I really was. But 13 points through 5 weeks in the first half combined is totally inexcusable, especially knowing you spent money to bring in guys like Keenan Cole, Corey Davis, Tyler Kroft. You draft pieces like Michael Carter, Elijah Moore. The whole thing of the offseason was awakening this offense, and once again, they laid the biggest egg on Sunday, the biggest egg of them all. Michael Carter, I think he's a great back. He's very shifty. He slips off guys. He kind of reminds me of a young Maurice Jones-Drew. But, you know, let's put the pipe dream aside for a second. He finished with 10 carries for 38 yards. What did he really do? This is the makings of an NFL running back. How about Corey Davis? 4 catches and 45 yards through the air, and a series of drops that are completely inexcusable. Where is this guy? For all the money that they paid him, the Titans are laughing right now. They're like, thank God we didn't pay this dude. Thank God. He drops the ball all the time. I mean, literally, it's every effing week. I'm getting tired of this. And furthermore, for the offense, they finally decide to dress Denzel Mims. They give him a pass, and they're like, okay, back to the pine. What? Like, there's got to be something. I mean, my theory is this coaching staff doesn't like this kid. But seriously, what the heck is going on here? What are we doing? Elijah Moore, for all the preseason hype, they stole this guy to get him at the top of the second round. He was ranked top 16 on the big board. He's done absolutely zero. And I don't want to hear about his concussion. It's an excuse. He's done absolutely zero. I'm sorry. And then, with all that being said, you go to halftime down 3 scores, 20-3. They open the game with a 3-and-out. How many times? How many times? Defensively, we came off one of our best defensive performances. Probably it'll end up being the best defensive performance of the year last week. 7 sacks. This week, goose egg. Absolutely no sacks. They forced 2 fumbles, only one of which of those turnovers they were actually able to turn into points. Our possession on the field, our starting field position was disgusting. I mean, two of our scores were set up in position by plays through special teams, one of which was the big kickoff return. Actually, I take that back. One was the kick return, and the other was the turnover. On the wrong side of the field, so you don't have to go the length of the field. In the entire the entirety of this game, you had one offensive drive from our end of the field to the other that you converted into points. This offensive coordinator sucks. I'm sorry, and I said this in another video of mine, I don't think the best way to go about things, if you're going to develop a rookie quarterback, you probably needed to get a play caller that knew what the heck they were doing, because he's learning on the job, Wilson's learning on the job, Saleh's learning on the job. And in the meantime, on the other side of the field, you got Matt Ryan under center, boom, 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 boom. He picked apart this defense. But that guy's a pro's pro. He's been to a Super Bowl. Inexcusable, disgusting, embarrassing. What other more descriptive words do you want me to tell you? Furthermore, the penalties, and they're dumb penalties. We had 2 roughing the passers, one of which, the first one on Shepard, was total bullshit. I mean, the guy's going 100 miles an hour. As Ryan is releasing the ball, what do you want him to do? That's BS. But the second one, at that point in time, you needed to yank him out of the game. I was like, this is BS. BS on the worst level. And furthermore, as you're down 3 scores, then they cut it down to 2 scores. There's a point in the game, you're down by 10, and granted, the game was a lost cause in the fourth quarter. You got 35 seconds on the clock. You're already in Amendola's range, right? I know it's first down, but why don't you kick the field goal? The clock was stopped. You still had a timeout to spare. Kick the field goal and make it 1 possession. Nope. We're going to run 2 more plays for a total of 0 yards, go down to 21 seconds. Now we're going to kick the field goal. And I understand they didn't get the onside kick, but the decision-making, that's putrid. That's stupid. And that falls back on the coaching staff. I'm sorry. It comes down to Robert Saleh at the end of the day. He's got to make that decision to listen. Kick the field goal now. You take the points. You make it a ball game and send out the hands team to try to get the onside kick. You probably would need those extra 14 seconds. It's another play or two. And in the post game, did any of you guys watch this post game? The guy looked totally lost. It was like Todd Bowles all over again. He's like, okay, well, we can't afford to make commit stupid penalties. I know. Oh, well, we can't turn the ball over. I know. This is football 101. And furthermore, no anger, no frustration, no accountability, nothing. And I mean, they asked him too about the game, and he said, well, he felt good about the game plan heading into London. Which part of the game plan did you feel good about? When Wilson was throwing the screen passes to Jamison Crowder's feet, the overthrows, the underthrows, the incomplete passes, the interception? This is a collective mess from top to bottom, from pillar to post. And now they have 10 days to prepare to go into Foxborough. The Patriots are on TV right now, and they're losing to the Texans. I guarantee you there is no way they're going to hang with that team. The spread on the game should be at least 10.5 points. I think the last time they won in Foxborough was the divisional playoff back in 2011 with Sanchez. I could be wrong about that. But we'd never win down there. So you can mark that right out in the books as another loss. You could. This was the game that you needed as a building piece to say, listen, we're on a 2-game win streak. We're heading into the bye. We had 10 days to prepare to get revenge on Mac Jones and company. Not going to happen, because now you're going to have guys start mailing it in, a broken team, and a coach who's lost. I'm just pissed off. So that's just it. I don't know if I'll be able to drop one next week. I'll try to. Maybe I'll do one on the bye week on the rest of the NFL. But this just sucks.